Today, I'm testing 4 unusual money-making methods on Runescape. Methods that almost nobody does, but have the potential to make some seriously good GP. After testing them, we'll place them on the unusual money-making leaderboards and see where they rank. Even though I've already tested over 115 unusual methods, new ones are still being discovered to this day. I have no doubt the ones being shown today will have you going, wait, you can make that much money? Let's get into it. As much as I love moneymakers that make you instant profit, there's always something about leaving an offer in overnight than waking up to that beautiful green bar of a fulfilled grand exchange offer. Overnight sell methods make up quite a few of the best methods we've ever tested, so anytime I get a suggestion to try one out, I'm almost always up for it, and I've got a feeling that this first method will be exactly that. Wooden cats really serve no purpose in the game aside from being needed in the quest to the Great Brain Robbery. During this quest, 10 wooden cats are needed to trick Rufus into thinking they're real cats. Because of this, wooden cats are almost always buying and selling on the Grand Exchange, and for some reason, they've absolutely skyrocketed in price recently, like over 4,000 GP each. Anytime an item like this increases in price and it's cheap to make, I come in and test to see if it's a viable moneymaker. Wooden cats can be made with level 16 crafting at a crafting table in your player-owned house. They require 2 items, a plank and fur. Planks I just decided to buy from the Grand Exchange. They cost 298 GP each and buy very quickly. Now I could buy the fur from the GE, but it costs almost 500 GP each and that cuts into our profit quite a bit, so I just decided to buy the fur from the Prifdinnis seamstress shop. The shop is pretty much right next to the Prifdinnis POH portal, so I can just teleport there with my construction cape and be there in a few seconds. It only costs 13 GP from this shop, which is really nice. I did learn after I finished, however, that you can also make wooden cats with bear fur and gray wolf fur. Bear fur is only 160 GP and gray wolf fur is only 63 GP, so if you don't want to buy the fur from a shop, you could always buy the bear or wolf fur in bulk on the GE. Unfortunately, only 3 furs are stocked at the Prifdinnis shop, so I had to hop worlds to do this. The method I did was withdraw 12 planks, then hop worlds 4 times to buy 12 fur. I then teleported to my POH, ran to the crafting table, and began making the cats. To make the wooden cats, select the craft option on your crafting table, then choose the option at the very bottom, more, and then select the first option, wooden cat. Just like that, 15 crafting XP and a completed wooden cat. The timing is a bit weird at first with knowing when you can start making a new wooden cat after finishing one, but you eventually get used to it and can start completing the inventories very quickly. Once all 12 wooden cats are made, I teleported with my dueling ring to Castle Wars, banked all of the cats, withdrew 12 more planks, teleported to Prifdinnis and hopped worlds 4 times to buy 12 fur, teleport to my POH with my con cape and begin the wooden cat making process again. That's pretty much this method in a nutshell. After 1 hour, I had made 388 wooden cats. I looked at the active sell price and decided that I would sell each wooden cat for 4,200 GP each. Now it was time to leave them in overnight and hope for that lovely green bar in our GE when I wake up. 8 hours later, that green bar was indeed there. I woke up to all of the cats having sold for 1.6 million GP. The fur from the shop cost me 5k and the planks cost me 102k from the GE, so subtract those numbers from our 1.6 million and we are left at a final profit of a little less than 1.5 million GP in 1 hour of making wooden cats. Who would have thought? Not me. This is a super simple moneymaker with very low requirements that can help you earn a few extra million GP. Not too bad. If there's one thing that isn't unusual, it's taking care of yourself, and AG1 can help with that. AG1 gives me my daily dose of vitamins, antioxidants, and probiotics, all in one easy-to-make drink. Ingredients like vitamin A, zinc, spirulina, and ginger are blended up into a nice and simple scoop that you simply pour into 8 to 12 ounces of water, shake, and drink. Just like that, you've consumed a blend of nutrient-dense superfoods and probiotics. It's like the ultimate multivitamin. It helps that it tastes great too. Pro tip, I like adding a bit of lemon juice to make it taste even better. Unfortunately, most people don't get enough nutrients in their diet. AG1 is a great way to make sure you do and start your day off right. I've been using it for over a year and a half now and have noticed an especially big difference in how much energy I have. Building healthy habits and routines is a critical part of a healthy lifestyle. What better habit to have than giving your body the nutrients it desires? Get started with AG1 for less than $3 a day when you subscribe. Just head to the link in my description or scan the QR code on screen. You'll also get $76 of free extras with your first purchase. This includes 5 AG1 travel packs, a shaker, a bottle of vitamin D3 plus K2, and a metal canister when you use my link. Thanks again to AG1 for sponsoring today's video. Red dye, orange dye, yellow dye, green dye, blue dye, purple dye, black dye. I just listed 8 of the 9 dyes in the game. Do you know which one I missed? You have 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. The answer is a pink dye, an item that's used during the Hand in the Sand quest to dye a lantern lens. Did you know that the pink dye can actually be bought after you complete the quest? You just need to speak to Betty at her rune shop in Port Sarim. It's not in her shop though, you have to go through a bit of dialogue with her to buy it. When you talk to her, just select the third option, could I buy some more pink dye? Then select sounds good, and boom, you have yourself a pink dye. Now you're probably wondering what we're going to do with this dye to make money, especially because it isn't tradable on the Grand Exchange. Well, pink dye can be used on other items to turn them pink. The one we're going to focus on is the pink cape, which for some reason is currently selling for 5,000 GP. You can turn any of the other colored capes into a pink cape just by using the dye on them. So the plan is to buy as many pink dyes as possible in 1 hour, then buy the same amount of one of the other colored capes. Use the pink dyes on that cape, then end up with billions of GP in pink capes. Okay, maybe not that much, but you get the point. Step number 1 is to buy the pink dyes. After buying an inventory of dyes from Betty, I used my construction cape to bank all of them at Castle Wars, then used my construction cape again to take the spirit tree to Port Sarum and repeat the process. I'm not the biggest fan of methods where I just have to go through NPC dialogue to buy it, but you kinda just get used to it after a while. After 1 hour, I had bought 441 pink dyes. Step 2 is now just to buy the base capes on the Grand Exchange. Now, if you wanted to, you can make even more GP per cape buying them from other shops around the game. Barker's Haberdashery in Canifis sells 5 of the capes for super cheap, but since I don't want to spend more time buying capes, I'm just going to buy them in bulk on the Grand Exchange. Now, I did make a mistake here. I bought 441 black capes, which cost me 637 GP each. This cost me 281k. What I should have done is purchase the red capes. These only cost 100 GP each, so I only would have spent 44.1k. A costly 240k mistake. Either way, we're making money, so we should be fine. After buying all the capes and dyes, all I had to do was combine them. What's really nice about combining capes and dyes is that there is no tick delay, so you can do this as quickly as you want. You even get a bit of crafting XP from this as well. In order to do this quickly, I would always leave 1 dye and 1 cape in the bottom right of my inventory. Then turn all the other capes into pink capes, I'd bank the pink capes, withdraw 13 more pink dye and black capes, and then repeat the process. Since you're able to do this so quickly, it only took around 5 minutes to turn all 441 black capes into pink capes. Like I mentioned at the start of this method, the pink capes are selling for around 5k each, and while they don't instant sell, they do slow sell over time. In my case, the 441 pink capes took 7 hours to sell, and I made 2.2 million GP. If we subtract the 10k I spent on the pink dyes and the 281k I spent on the black capes, we're looking at a final profit total of 1.89 million GP. This profit total would have been over 2 million GP if I just bought the red capes instead of black capes, but either way, 2 million GP from buying pink dyes and making pink capes. That's amazing, one of the best methods we've tested. Whoever is buying these pink capes, thank you, because you are making people some nice GP. We are super close to 400,000 subscribers, which is absolutely insane. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and have 100 years of amazing money-making RNG. The Hunter Guild in Varlamore is an absolute goldmine for moneymakers. We've covered multiple million GP an hour methods like buying butterfly jars and catching moonlight moths, and today I've got another one for you. Potentially the best one yet. Pelham is an NPC who runs the first shop in the Hunter Guild. He can be found just over here. In his shop, you can buy an item that can't be bought anywhere else in the game. A mixed hide base, which is used to make the 4 different parts of the mixed hide armor set. It also looks suspiciously similar to fine cloth. I'm pretty sure it's just the flipped and rotated version of it. Anyways, the mixed hide bases can be purchased from Pelham for 11.7k each. The store has a change rate of 2%, so it will go up in price every time you buy one, 180 GP each time. Now, if you wanted to, you could just sell these bases to the GE. They go for about 14k each, which means you'd profit around 2,000 GP for each base you buy. But we're adding a couple of extra steps to hopefully make a bit more money. I'm going to be making mixed hide tops, an item that came into the game not too long ago and have a consistent daily volume with a fairly steady price. To make one, you need the mixed hide base, 2 sunlight antelope fur, and some thread. Step number 1 is to buy a couple thousand sunlight antelope fur. These things are thankfully super cheap, only 70 GP each. 2,000 of them cost me 138k. Next up is to go on a shopping spree at Pelham store for the mixed hide bases. I'll need 1,000 of them to make the 1,000 mixed hide tops. Now, like I mentioned earlier, every time I buy from this shop, the price of the bases goes up. So to try and maximize the profit but not spend too long buying them, I'll be buying 5 per world. This part of the method is our classic hop and shop method. Buy 5 from the shop, hop worlds, and repeat. Once your inventory is full, there's a bank in the back of the guild, so just bank all the bases, then run back to the first shop and do it all again. The only slight downside to this is you'll need a bit of capital to do this, around 15 million GP if you're looking to buy 1,000 of them. Then again, is 15 million GP a lot these days? I don't know. It's not a smaller number to me, but I'm sure it's pennies to some of you. There's some rich people out there. Buying 1,000 mixed hide bases from this shop took me 40 minutes. Next up is to turn all of these bases and antelope furs into the mixed hide tops. All I did was have a needle and thread in my inventory, then withdraw 8 bases and 16 furs. Use them on each other and you'll be making some mixed hide tops. A little bonus to this method is you'll be getting some nice crafting XP. These tops require 72 crafting to make and you'll get 150 XP per top you make. You'll be getting some crazy top doing this. Turning all of the furs and bases into mixed hide tops took 40 minutes. In total, I spent around an hour and a half for this entire method. Now it's time for the best part, selling our items to the Grand Exchange. As usual, I won't be instant selling the items, but rather listing them at a higher price to try to make more money. They will take longer to sell, but the extra money will be worth it. After looking at prices, I listed all of the tops for 14,499 GP each. Thankfully, since mixed hides sell consistently, it only took around 4 hours for all of them to sell. We made 14.3 million GP. To buy all the mixed hide bases, we spent 12,021,000 GP, and all of the antelope fur cost 138k. So subtract those two numbers from the 14.3 million, and we're looking at a final profit of 2.18 million GP. Now, since this method took us an hour and a half instead of our usual 1 hour, we have to adjust the rate a bit, which puts this at around 1.45 million GP per hour. The Hunter Guild coming in with another amazingly solid method. Bounty Hunter, a PKing minigame, isn't exactly a place I find myself in often. I enjoy PKing every now and then, but in Bounty Hunter, I would definitely only ever lose money. But recently, I was told there was a way to make good money in Bounty Hunter without ever stepping into the arena. The method involves making bounty supply crates. Bounty supply crates can be used when fighting in Bounty Hunter to give you extra supplies. There are two types of the crates, an anglerfish version and a manta ray version. When opened, you get 1 blighted super restore, 2 blighted Karam ones, and 8 of either the blighted anglerfish or blighted manta rays. These are in the game to just extend the time your fight goes for. The crates are pretty popular, thousands are sold per day, and they sell for an amount higher than all the supplies cost, which means there's money to be made. First things first, let's buy all the supplies in the Grand Exchange. To test which crate is better, I'll be buying enough supplies to make 500 anglerfish crates and 500 manta ray crates. As you guys have already heard so many times from me, I'll be putting in offers to buy the items for cheap, so they'll take a bit longer to buy, but it will make us more money in the end. Luckily for me, all the supplies that are used in the crates have such high trade volumes that it only took a couple of hours for everything to buy. In total, all the supplies cost us 10,615,000 GP. There is one more item though that we need. Coins. Each crate requires 1,000 GP to create it, so for us to make 1,000 crates, we'll need an additional 1 million GP. Now, it's time to make the crates. The only place you can make them is in a Bounty Hunter world, so head to your world list and hop to whatever world Bounty Hunter is currently on. For me, that's world 319. Now teleport to Ferox Enclave and click here to enter the Bounty Hunter portal. Once you're here, head to the southwest corner until you see the Bounty Hunter supply crate, right here. Now originally when I was looking up this method, I thought that I would have to make the crates one by one, taking out all the individual supplies needed to make the crates, clicking the supply crate, and repeating. I wasn't really looking forward to this since I thought it would take forever, but nope. It turns out you can just withdraw all the supplies noted with the coins in your inventory and make every single supply crate at once. Within 10 seconds, I had made 500 of the anglerfish crates and 500 of the manta ray crates. That's all you have to do. Now just list those crates on the Grand Exchange for the price you're looking for, and you're done. I managed to sell all 500 manta ray supply crates for 13.2k each, and the anglerfish supply crates sold for 12.8k each. The crates all sold over the course of the day for a total price of 12,870,000 GP, which means, based on the cost of the supplies, the anglerfish bounty crates profited us 1.15 million GP, and the manta ray crates profited us a little less than 600k. 1.75 million GP profit. For something that required less than 10 minutes of work, the profit off doing this is so good. Definitely something I see myself doing again. I just wanted to quickly mention that we have a new feature on the unusual money-making leaderboards. Over here on the right, you can now see the current GP per hour for most of the unusual money-making methods we've tested. Pretty handy to see what's currently viable and maybe worth doing. If you have any unusual moneymakers you'd like me to try out, feel free to send them to me in the brand new Unusual Moneymakers channel in my Discord. Just click on this channel, create a new ticket, and submit your moneymaker. I'm excited to see what you guys send my way. Maybe you'll end up on the unusual money-making leaderboard. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.